If I could have everybody's attention here in the media center, we're going to have our first Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series press conference of the 2017 season, and that is going to be with driver Alex Bowman, driver of the number 88 Nationwide Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports in tomorrow night's Advanced Auto Parts Clash. Now, Alex, last year, 10 starts in relief of Dale Earnhardt Jr. We learned that you could drive that car pretty fast. You had a pole in Phoenix, 4 top 10 starts, 3 of those in the top 5. What did you learn from those 10 starts?
Honestly, it was kind of just gaining a lot of confidence back. I spent a lot of years driving different equipment, and you always feel like you can get the job done as a race car driver, but sometimes you kind of get down on yourself, and definitely felt like last year I proved to myself and everybody else that I deserve a shot to be here. And at the same time, I learned a lot from all my teammates at Hendrick Motorsports, and getting to lean on all those guys was so much fun, and it still is fun. I'm glad to continue to be a part of the team and to get to lean on a 7-time champion and Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, Chase Elliott, Dale Jr., Casey Kane. There's so many smart people, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a learning experience, and just trying to make the most of every opportunity that I get.
Good deal. We're going to open the floor up for questions. If you have questions for Alex, we'll get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start over here with Alan, and then over here to Jordan.
Alan Cavana, Fox Sports. Part of the reason you got a ride in the 88 is due to concussions, and they announced a new protocol today. Just from a driver's perspective, having to go to the infield care center after any wreck, go through the concussion protocol. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's great. NASCAR does a lot for the sport to protect the drivers, and I think anything that we can do to further that is great. And obviously, that's a area that has been talked a lot about in the past couple months, and I think it's an area that everybody's still learning about, and I think the more stuff we can bring in to help with that, the better.
Go next to Jordan.
Jordan Bianchi, SB Nation. Alex, this is basically your only race so far announced for this season. Because of that, are you putting a little bit more importance on tomorrow night?
It's just another race, especially being a Speedway race. It's nothing. There's no one thing I can do to do better or worse, really. I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in somebody else's mess here. So hopefully we stay up front, and I think we're starting 8th. So hopefully we get up front, stay up front, and win the race. But it's another race. It's another opportunity to have a lot of fun with Hendrick Motorsports, and that's something I kind of tried to do all last season, was just to have fun, and that's what we're going to try to do on Saturday night. Hopefully bring home a trophy.
Go next to Dan.
Dan Gelson, Associated Press. Alex, so what are you going to do, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Go to the track, sit at home, race anywhere else? You on dirt or something? I don't know. What are you going to do?
I don't know. We've been talking about that quite a bit. So, throughout the week, I drive the simulator about 3 days a week. So I'm pretty busy with that. And then anytime the Chevrolet Wheel Force car runs, I'm driving that. So like Monday and Tuesday, I'll be in Vegas running that, and kind of be all over the place. So and I do have a couple races, and not in the Cup Series, but in some other stuff coming up, and excited about that. Can't really talk a whole lot about it, but I will be racing some stuff. So really, I'll be hanging out at the shop and coming to the racetrack when I can, just trying to be a sponge and learn as much as I can.
And the second part is, have they told you if for some reason it came up again where a relief driver was needed, you'd still be number 1 on the on-deck circle?
I think so. That's something that we haven't really talked about, and obviously you never hope that situation comes up, but I think after last year, and I think with as easy as it is for me, as far as already being here with HMS, I think if something did come up, that I would think I'd be the one that would get called for it.
Go next to
Right here. This is Zach Dean from the Daytona Beach News Journal. Does it kind of bother you that you don't have anything set for this year, especially after the year that you had last season? Did you expect to have something? Because you had a really good 10 races last year. Did you expect more?
Yes and no. I was kind of surprised that like a winning Xfinity car didn't open up or something like that. At the same time, I had quite a few full-time Cup opportunities that were offered, and there was really just nothing that was going to make me leave Hendrick Motorsports. I feel like I want to be part of a winning organization, whether I'm driving, just working for the team, doing testing, or doing the simulation stuff. Whatever I'm doing, I want to be part of a winning team. So, nothing was going to drag me away from here. And so yes and no. I mean, I would have liked to be in a winning Xfinity car when I can be, but at the same time, there weren't a lot of Cup rides open. So it's kind of a hard year to have that happen.
Go next to Zach Albert and then to Nate.
Yep, Zach Albert, NASCAR.com. Alex, when this deal for the Clash was announced, I guess in December, Dale Jr. kind of indicated that, hey, he should drive this. He deserves it. Do you feel the same way? And what were kind of the conversations that kind of led to you being in this situation for Saturday night?
Yeah, we joked about it a lot. I never would. It never even crossed my mind that I was going to be driving the 88. We had joked around about. Greg Ives was talking about Greg Ives Racing, bringing a car or something crazy like that. But, it kind of all, I kind of let it go quiet. I didn't want to step on any toes or ask anybody and seem like I was like begging for something or something like that. So, I wasn't really asking, and I guess it was the Darlington test. We were kind of all sitting around, and Mr. Dukart goes, "So you're going to drive the 88 in the Clash?" I was like, okay, cool. So very thankful for the opportunity, and I think it's, Dale's been so great to me, and I wouldn't be here without him. He's the one that, when he wasn't feeling good, pointed me out. So I feel like I owe a lot to him, and I'm very thankful for him to put me in the car for this race.
Next to Nate.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. I have a question, but first I just want to follow up on that real quick. Was it ever, because it wasn't an either-or sort of thing, Alex, with you guys both being eligible, was there consideration given to maybe Dale running another Hendrick car?
I don't know. Honestly, I wasn't in any of the conversations about it. I mean, there was like I said about the Greg Ives thing, that was just joking up around in the hauler. There wasn't anything, there really weren't any conversations that I was a part of. So, I think I don't know what to tell you. I was just sitting at Darlington when they told me I was going to drive it, so I don't really know.
And then my actual question is, this is not unique to you because it happened a couple of times last year, but you're going to be in a situation where you're racing a car tomorrow night where the guy who normally drives it is in the booth, like broadcasting on national television, critiquing you perhaps. So what's that like to have that?
Yeah, it's I would say here more than anywhere else, here in Talladega, that adds a lot of pressure. He's such a good speedway racer. And I feel like I do a good job, but I don't have the experience that he has by any means. So just trying to do my best and really lean on him for advice when I can. But TJ is so good at spotting these races, and the race cars that Hendrick Motorsports brings to these speedway races are so good that I feel like we can be up front all night. But it definitely adds some pressure to have probably the best speedway racer of our time in the booth calling the race. I hope so.
We'll finish up here with Jordan.
Jordan from SB Nation again. Speaking kind of on Nate's question, has Dale given you tips, tricks, what you should be doing in these speedway races?
Yeah,
And
for
what are
sure. Yeah, I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. No, Dale has been great to lean on it, and not just Dale. All my teammates are really good at these races. So getting to lean on everybody's been really helpful. Obviously, Talladega, we were up front until the end and got in a wreck, but there's not really one thing that I can say that's huge. It's just how he approaches the races overall, and how he puts the races together at these places that you can kind of I can kind of try to take some of that and recreate it and hopefully stay up front all night on Saturday.
Well, Alex, really glad to have you back here at the racetrack, and good luck tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Take care.